Hey everybody, Ms. Dietrich. We're continuing the part 1 video. This is part 2, and we were looking at this particular question. We had already done the work, and now it's time to enter it into the workspace on the equation editor. So we typed in all the stuff, and in the previous video we mentioned how putting the parentheses here, this was a little tricky. I actually had to put this one using the keyboard parentheses. Then I used this icon to put in that value, I used this to put in that, and I used just typed in a 2, and then I used the keyboard closing a parentheses because I found that this did not work when you have an operation contained within the parentheses. Then when I got here, I hit the enter button on my keyboard, got myself to the next level, and typed, carefully looked at what I had in the workspace, and carefully rewrote that. So it's a lot of going back and forth. I looked at what I had in my next line of work, and then I went in and I typed it in, and then I had my final answer. Now the thing that a lot of 6th graders will probably forget to do is to take their final answer and put it on the final answer space. And on the actual test, you'll hit the submit button when you're done. Now for the assignment that I'm giving you, you need to copy and paste this and put it on the document. This is the document that we've been looking at. Here's the question, and I have highlighted, paste your response to number 1 here. Now to take a screenshot on your Chromebook, you need to hit this button, which is located on the upper top part of your keys, and then you need to hit the control button if you're taking a picture of the entire page. If you want to take a picture of a partial screen, then you have to hit control, shift, and then that button at the same time. Now if you're new at this, I'm going to suggest you just hit these 2 buttons. Now I'm going to show you what that's going to look like on mine. So I'm going to print the screen. So let's go back to this. I'm going to hit print screen. I have to make sure that I have on the screen everything that I need to see. So sometimes you might have to, make sure all the relevant information that I need to see as a teacher will be there. I'm going to go ahead and hit those buttons. So I'm hitting them now. Boom, I'm hitting the buttons. Now I'm going to go back to my Google Doc. I'm going to put my cursor on the next space there, and I'll hit paste. So that's Control V on your keyboard as a shortcut. Paste, and there it is. And now I'm going to crop the image because there's extra stuff there that as a teacher we don't need to see. Now the crop tool is right up here. We'll take the crop tool, we'll kind of neaten it up a little bit so that we just see the relevant information, which is here, and then let's crop that. All right, and then I'll just click on the button again to say that I'm done. And then it might not be a bad idea, since I am almost 50 years old, let's make it a little bigger so I can see this stuff. And now, see, that's big enough where I could probably see it. All right, so number 1's done. Now you'll go ahead and do number 2, and you'll put your work on another piece of paper, and then you'll have the same kind of thing we had here. You'll have your work, you'll write out the answers, then you'll go to the equation editor, and you can either open up a new one or just delete what's in here by just hitting delete everything out of there, and start over, and delete everything out of here, and start over, and then you'll be able to put your response in for the next question, and same thing, you'll paste it in. Now really, quite honestly, we're more interested in your use of these buttons and practicing them than we are in are you getting the right answer. So just to review some of the things that maybe are not intuitive, this would be the repeating decimal thing. If you wanted to show that, how if we divided 1 divided by 3, we would get 0.33333, repeating 3. So if we needed to show that, we would use this icon. Let's type in our numbers here and put in the 0.3 and see how it puts it over the 3 to repeat, just so that you knew what that was. But I'm going to delete it because it's not really relevant for anything. Most of the other ones you just need to kind of play around with. Probably you won't be using these too often for 6th grade, but if you have to make reference to either a line segment, or array, those are the tools here, and you would probably be putting letters, like you might be saying something like line A, B, and you would use that tool. As far as your answer buttons down here, same kind of thing. If you have to put the answer as a mixed number or a fraction, or you have to use a base and an exponent, all of your goodies are right here. So we just need to practice the use of them so we feel confident the day we take the math test. All right, hopefully you found this video helpful.